True crime with terrible sight. World of YouTube. I did not figure out what the hell I was going to say in that other video, but I got the video here. I tried to go back into the video that I watched of this guy named Steve. Someone been talking about go to this channel. But yet, I don't like going to other people's channels, but I did just for the sake to, give us, an analyst on what he says, what he thinks. And, yes, I am blown away as just as well as the next person that said they were blown away. But what I think is that Steve does not have the right suspect. And you will know by the end of this video why I think he's not the right suspect. Now, in the last video I did, and the damn thing I was supposed to remember, Jesus Christ, Blue, this is the second time. And the last time this happened was a word I wrote in a poem. And I was doing it for a favor for a guy I met in jail in 2004. And I seen the word, and I said the word in the poem, and I'm like, what the hell does that really mean? So I went in my dictionary and found, oh, yeah, made the poem, this word made the poem perfect. But for some apparent reason, I lost it. It was almost in the mix of discreet, but it wasn't discreet. It was something else that looked like discreet or started with a D. And I went back to the kid and I was like, oh man, you got that poem? I just got to look at something quickie. Oh, I put it in my stuff. I don't know where it is. I'm like, wow. You had me write this poem and then you lose it? I'm like, damn. I'm like, what a jerk turned out to be. But this is the second damn thing, and I was sitting there saying it too in the video. Oh, wait, whoa, you can't. And then it was like, it just evaporated from my friggin' brain. So, hopefully it comes up. It did almost come up the other night in the other video, but I think I have it, and it might be just something stupid that I'm missing, but whatever. Anyways, getting on to this, and getting on to the fact that, this Steve guy had mentioned someone that I have analyzed. I did analyze his face. And I still can't come to the terms because in this video, I still have the original body size mass of Bridge Guy in my mind compared to this guy, and where this guy was supposedly, you want to, talk about the kingpin of meth in Delphi. And he does got the track record to be the suspect, but still, I don't think it is. Honestly, I don't think it's this guy, but the point of the matter will come out in the end, folks. And in my thoughts and theories on this and ideas, it's like, and it's starting to unravel and roll out. And it's about to wonder why they haven't caught a suspect. That's right. And this is why. So, anyways, I'm going to start the video and pause it when I get to places where I need to be. Supposedly. This. Shoot. Let's start from the beginning. That, though, got me thinking. But anyways, I gotta let this roll through because... So, we have a guy that Steve supposedly thinks is a suspect. His picture will be showing up here soon. And that I'm gonna pause it. I went and deleted all my photos last night, but I kept the video just in case. Because I don't think I'm going to be coming out with what I wanted to say in this video. And then put another video on it, so I'm starting back from the beginning. Here, we have a Chuck S. that comes up. I do believe that I read something and said something before about that, but this guy supposedly is dead. And this was supposedly coming out of the police station. Someone talking throughout officers, I want to say. And they heard it through the jail rooms that this Chuck S. was involved with this guy Steve, which, mind you, this guy Steve, supposedly, and I do believe it, but claiming that if he don't stop what he's doing, oh man, they want to kill him. And that's why I'm saying I respect this guy and what he's doing. I did see his video, and I do happen to believe he is on the right track. I think he is on the right track, but the suspect is wrong. And that's why I'm making this video. Like I said, someone wanted my thoughts, theories, ideas. Well, here they come. And due to the fact that, this Scott S., this girl supposedly was involved with the guy that does the meth, which I forget his damn friggin' name. But you'll see his ugly mug anyways. And he is just nothing but a piece of shit. And that's all I'm going to refer him as to. I'm sure when everybody gets the picture, they'll know who I'm talking about. But like I say, just the track record alone on him does match and describe the killer. Does describe Bridge Guy. But I still do not believe it's him. And I'll keep saying that. Just to keep the suspense. But supposedly this Chris S. he worked at the Packers and shipping. And I do remember someone talking about packing and shipping places throughout Delphi to check it out. But after this video, I don't think I need to look that up. There was one supposedly not too far from Ron Logan's place. Supposedly, someone worked at a Packers, and it was his work boots taken as evidence. Oh, so his work boots were taken as evidence. From Packers. He has since been listed as a missing person. Now, if they took his boots for evidence, why would they label him as a missing person? Or why would anybody want to make him a missing person? And if this Chuck S. had any involvement with the methamphetamine operation, well then, this will give my thoughts and theories and ideas a huge backup punch to make it more legit on what I'm going to say. And it goes on to say, according to her, whoever this woman was at the time, who was another one, obviously, in the meth operation, said Chuck was killed by some dealer who used to supply, and I want to cut that off because supposedly this is a family member of one of the murdered victims. Now, between this Chuck and the family member, one of the two, supposedly what this Steve says, one of the two were a snitch. And obviously Chuck S. And he supposedly was one of the, as he states in this video, and I quote, he's one of the first witnesses spoken to when the girls became missing or murdered or found or whatever. Then he just disappears. Now, I'm not putting nothing bad against the family member, because I don't know nothing about that. And I have heard someone in the comments say something about some family member, but you know what? It don't even matter about that. And if they were involved in this meth operation, well, all I look at that as is they had a poor problem. Some people are pieces of shit like this guy, and there's the mug himself. And some are just innocent people that just happen to get into a bad habit. Just like me, I got into a bad habit. I had to get rid of that bad habit. Now I am who I am today. And there is help if people can get it. And you know what? You can beat them demons if you put your strong will to it. and it's sad, because where somebody's labeled as a snitch, of course, somewhere down the line, someone pays the price. I'm sorry, I did a year in jail. And there was one rule in jail to me: mind your own business. Unless, now don't get me wrong, unless it had to do with child molesters, women beaters, you don't mind your business. There's a code, there's a rule in jail. And if you disrespect that rule, and if you don't do your job as doing that jail time rule, because if you're in a woman beater cell, if you're in a child molester cell with that person, known on record, you have to take that person out until you are, until you get either physically wrestled by a CO, or if someone don't know what you're doing and you get wrestled off by them, you have to beat that person, and until further notice. You need to do the jailhouse rules. And I obey by the jailhouse rules. You take out them people and you mind your business. So, with that being said, and going into this story, I mean, like I say, innocent bystanders happen to come along. And, of course, if you got a snitch and they're in this operation, they're going to point the finger at someone else. So, I'm not pointing no fingers at these two, Chuck S. or the family member of the murder victims. But someone had to have pointed a finger or did something wrong. But still, that ain't even the case of where I'm going at with this. And I'm hoping the family member's all right in whatever involvement or just the bad habit. Hopefully it's sad to have a loss. Very sad to make that bad habit finally go away. Sometimes they say it takes a tragedy to stop things around you. And when you're doing something, it sucks to say. So moving on. As they show in this ugly photo, there's the hat. Now Steve claims, right, he believes this is Bridge Guy. But because of the hat, doesn't mean it's Bridge Guy. Because of the shoes that this guy wears, doesn't mean it's Bridge Guy. And that being said, clearly see, I did another analysis on this face. The body mass. Whoops. Come on. Anyways, the injuries. Now, this guy supposedly a few months before got into a motorcycle accident. Now, this right here, to me, right now, looking at this, like I said in this video, but moving on to the next one. And I think I found out what I was supposed to say. There it is. And I will keep that in the back of my mind. Rolling out, folks. Rolling out. I think I had a couple days of sitting on my brain. Yes! I think I found it. Moving on to this. The injuries. Now, before the murders, the guy had a bike accident. Me personally, I used to ride bike. Knew a lot of people that rode bikes. And I have met, and I know of some people that have crashed bikes. And for the simple fact that even though this guy said, Steve said it was a few months, or I guess a few months before the killing, I don't think that this guy would have been up for going on a long hike just to follow, let's like to say, if that family member was the snitch, and say so they got rid of the first snitch, trying to get rid of the second snitch, but can't find that snitch, and then use the family members as the scapegoat, I don't think this guy would have done that. But I gotta pause. I gotta write something down. And I will be back. As I was saying, injuries. And now this is where it could be where someone brought where the thing of where there could be more than one person. I mean, if this was a huge operation, yes, he could have said and get one of his little grunts to get out there and do this job. You get out there, do this job. I want you to take care of this. We can't find this snitch. We'll do it our way. We'll do it the other way. So that's a possibility. And this guy, Steve, also claims, and I'm not saying his name, but if you watch the video, you'll find out who it is. He's in jail, and supposedly, like I say, I'm not throwing him under the bus either. The family member, him, I'll leave it as is. No, people got their own problems, but even this guy is saying he maybe also be involved. It's like, whoa. So that's where it gets crazy. It gets friggin' crazy. Now, if this was more than a one-man operation, and this is where I'm going, and this is why I'm going this route, is because of all this info that is now thrown in. And when you got a family member that's supposedly involved, and now even maybe a YouTuber, it's like, damn. It's like, whoa, that's, and it is coming back to me. It is. And just to think that all this is coming out in this video, wherever this guy, Steve, got his information from. And I've been saying it all along before I seen this video. Now, I've been saying this all along. If it's someone within police, you know, the law enforcement, the mayor, all these, the prosecutor, all these people that have recently resigned. And they don't look old enough to say, hey, I'm about to retire. It's getting to my retire age. No, they were all young. And for them to just upright leave and just get out of Dodge is very, very shady. And like I said, don't get me wrong. What I'm going with this and this guy here, this POS, and then he has a car there, the other car that was mentioned in the video. Hebert, Jason Hebert. Here's the guy, once again, well-known drug dealer, but the body mass, the height's there, but not the body mass. And that's why he's not the killer. And you'll understand why when I keep going. It's coming back, people. So, that being said, they keep, the Steve keeps going through this ring of operation. And why, this piece of shit, and why ain't the law enforcement, pushing in on these people? Why ain't they grabbing them? They got DNA. They supposedly got DNA. I show in my other video, they had the DNA. But yet, boom, there you go. It's not being released. And that was a month or so, or 2 months, or maybe even a year, when they said, oh, we got the DNA. But guess what? Whatever had happened, I'm going to let this run through now, the video. The DNA, they got the DNA. But yet no killer. And why do I think that this guy is not involved? Supposedly, now, and there's an important thing, very important. When they caught this guy and arrested him, okay, they didn't let nobody in Delphi know. They never announced that Steve claims in this video. They never announced that this guy was caught. Right there, bang, my head started exploding with, why wouldn't they? And right, if Steve thinks he's the guy, the killer, and they got him caught, God damn it, then that DNA should match his DNA. But guess what? You want to know why I think my thoughts, theories, ideas, they didn't release this? It's because when they probably gave the DNA test, came back negative. Not the guy. But yet, they still working hard on the case. Gonna find that killer, but Steve still thinks this is the guy. But I think the DNA don't match. So how are you gonna arrest somebody and then announce, we got the DNA, we got the killer, here he is, look at him, case solved? Nope, can't do it. It should have already been done. And I don't know when this guy got caught already. Steve don't mention when they did announce it or when they caught him. They didn't do it right away, but they waited. So why do I think this guy is not the killer? Well, in a moment here, let's get to the car. That's me talking. They do talk about his shoes. Oh, no, I can't get to the car yet. Right there. His shoes. Now, Steve is claiming these shoes match them shoes. And at this point of the video, hopefully I swipe back. Come on, come on, come on. It's... you pig. They also talk about this. So the shoes, as you've seen in that blurry picture, the shoes of him walking on the bridge. I don't care what anybody says, determining that the shoes is just ludicrous. Because that picture, just like every other picture, just like this picture, right here, on the screen, blurry as shit. Now, Steve claims that the shoes, this jacket, and the mustache and stuff on him, supposedly, but everybody's thinking he might have been wearing a scarf. I think he might have been wearing a bandana. Bandanas are more than a scarf. Because if you're thinking drug dealer, preppy scarf, no. Bandana, gang, which this guy, Steve, mentioned they all talked about a gang when all wear scarf. I mean, yeah, bandana. But I'll be back. So as I was saying, bandanas are a huge thing in gangs. So as Steve did say in this video, bandanas. I mean gangs. There. Gangs. There's... Oh, damn you. Anyways. Now we get to the jacket. And that's what I think Bridgie guy was wearing, a bandana. You know, Steve says it was a scarf, maybe. Or the beard type thing, mustache, which that douchebag does have. But guess what? Bridge guy, to me, still has the reddish hair. In this photo here, I like to say. And this is the thing with these photos he's showing. Come on. How everybody keeps putting up these photos and ruining them. And this one is reversed. You can straightly see it's reversed. And he was saying about this photo, if it was a still picture, not off the video, or the video got a picture taken, you know, some cameras on your phone allows you to take pictures while you're recording. But how this got flipped around and reversed is beyond me. Whether that person was demonstrating this picture and wanted to see if they could get something out of it, you know, reversed, than being the regular way, or they just did it like everything else in this case to, you know, throw everything off. It just, in the coat thing, I'm sorry. Steve goes on talking about, oh, there's something in here on his shirt that you can see something in there, a picture. But to me, once again, that looks like a bandana. And he did say something about it being, being some logo or something. But then he went on to say, no, that can't be right or something. But if you watch his video, check it out. I mean, I'm not, and that's one thing I don't like doing about, you know, other people's watching videos. But this one, I'm kind of glad I did. Because then I'm going to hear about people saying, you're taking his stuff, he said, you, and No, I'm not trying to take nobody's stuff. I'm doing my own analyst on this story. Yeah, with other people's stuff. But as you can see in the end, you're going to see that my stuff is way different than him. Way different. But that being said, and that being the, some emblem or something of some t-shirt, I'm going with the thing of, right, handkerchief type gangster style. But the coat, mind you, big issue. You take a damn good look at that coat. And I called it out, and it's even been in other articles I've done videos on, talking about it's a windbreaker, maybe a sweatshirt. But I'm going with a windbreaker type cloth. And cloth, too. And if anybody knows what a windbreaker is, oh, and he mentions glasses here, but that's another thing I point out in this, that you don't see no rims or arms going up the side of his head. And he mentions his glasses. That's what I was going on saying there. You don't see this arm going upside the head there. But with the coat, cloth right there, to me it looks like a cloth coat. Windbreaker style. Which is like, you know, that smooth, I can't say silk. It's not silk, but it's, you know, I forget what they call that friggin' material. Waterproof material, whatever. But when you get to it, and he shows this drug dealer's coat, you can, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect Steve, but I know for a fact that coat that this drug dealer has on the bike is leather. You can tell right away it's leather. Whether it be a darkish blue, which it does look like a worn black to me, but like a worn out black, lighter black, but it is not this coat. And that's another thing in his video that made me like, whoa, that ain't it, man. Sorry. I see a leather jacket. And most people like this wear the leather jacket. Right there. Boom. Stop. That I can tell right offhand it's a leather jacket. It's shiny. And it does not look cloth. And it is darker. And I think these little lines up here, some leather jackets, I was going to buy one, but it didn't fit me, pissed me off. But it has that lines to it. A perfect example of the Tom Cruise movie with the alien invasion. He's wearing one of these leather jackets. Damn, what is that movie? The one where he has the two kids and they do a parody of it in Scary Movie 4. Yeah, that guy had it too. But the lines on the jacket, that's what that is, a leather jacket. And that's what I'm going with. And the thing of it is, with that, the leather jacket, it tells me that, ooh, this is where I'm getting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything I've shown you so far leads to one thing. To where the cops didn't announce this guy's arrest. But guess what? I have to pause and I will be back and I will not forget. But I got something good coming up. So, as I was saying, the leather jacket, the shoes, everything that is mentioned, the hat, you know, literally got me really thinking, you know, that just because it's there doesn't mean it is. And now we're down to the car. Now, think about this. No one told nobody that this guy got arrested. And I'm for damn sure that when he got arrested, they don't even know where he got arrested. Did he get arrested in his car? Was his car impounded? This supposedly the license plate was taken off of this car and then supposedly put on, where is it? This car. So it was taken off of his car, temporary plates, and put on this car. Steve, of course, asked, but who the hell is that? Or better yet, he wants to know who the hell is in the doorway of this car. But when I have clearer pictures of this, and I'm glad I still saved it, but still, once again, this frame of this body does not, in my eyes, right here. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this guy supposedly has audio of, bear with me, that supposedly this guy did a spirit box. I don't know where the hell he is. It was only 35 seconds long, and a guy named Paul killed the girls. Now he needs a last name. So I wanted to just throw that in there, but insane. But now going back to the vehicles, and you think about this. That being said, of the oh wait a minute, of the white car here. Wait a minute, come on. I gotta get something up that Steve says about this. So, Steve claims to say someone is in this picture frame. Who is that, he says. But I have clear pictures myself. He also mentions the license plate that was taken off the Pontiac and put on this car. And I still have the picture on that the lady supposedly took. But from what I could see from the pictures that I have, which are more clear than this, there was nobody in that back seat. It was like he was putting stuff in the car. So I don't know where he's going with that. But if he does have any more information than I do, then so be it. But to me right now, that doesn't look like nobody right there. And the license plate, oh man, getting good, folks. Like I said, this was someone that did a thing, got a name, Paul. The girl supposedly said on his box session that Paul did it. If you want to check out that channel, all he needs is a last name. But who even knows if there's a Paul in this case? So the Ghost Whisperer is the one who had it. And looking up the name Paul would be something I'm going to do, later on. Still going on the thoughts, theories, ideas. Now we're stuck with the license plate. We're stuck with the two vehicles. And this guy was apprehended. Now, if it was before the murders that this guy was apprehended, which nobody knows, there probably ain't even a date on this. You'll see probably in a later on date. But if he was apprehended before the murders, this will explain my thoughts and theories and our ideas of what and why they did this. And I think And remember the most important thing, this is what I was trying to get out the other day. You remember this hat, you remember the shoes, and you remember the coat, but the coat don't match up. But the hat and shoes, where the picture's blurry with the shoes, I didn't show that too much, but you see it scroll by in the video. If you want to stop that section and look at them, you can't see nothing. All right? And that's why, but the hat, and what I'm thinking is that when they apprehended this guy, and why all the officials, police, the prosecutor, the judge, maybe, one of these guys, I think, and this is why they all resigned. My thoughts, theories, and ideas is that they captured this guy, and before all this, they were trying to think of a way to get this guy off the streets before he got captured. And where he has the track record, killing, raping, whatever, everything accounted for. And they know how he dresses. I think they picked somebody that maybe looks similar to him. And now if that means the hat is in the picture, then they made this person wear the hat, maybe line up with the jacket, the shoes, the walk. That's what I was thinking about, that I forgot the most important thing. The way they got this guy, this drug dealer, down on everything he wears, everything that he is, everything that is put forth on the table with this guy. Let's try and pin it on him. But what's stupid is with this case and how that would have been done. And then you got some law enforcement that's not involved. See, we got DNA. I'm thinking the killer didn't leave no DNA. Probably hoping they can just pin it on this guy. And that's where I think they messed up. That they tried to pin it on this whole meth operation. Someone said, I'll kill him. Because people came up missing, snitches, they probably thought they had a good case to bring forth on him. So I'm going to shut this off right here, because that ain't nothing. I already did him, but, well, there's the shoes. You can look at the shoes. Anyways, but then again, that don't even look like railroad tracks. That looks like a bunch of gravel. But whatever. I'm not bashing anybody. These are my thoughts and theories, and I think the police, the law enforcement, everybody was trying to break and crack this illegal meth operation, and they maybe thought that they could murder someone. Maybe. Because there's so many people involved. They probably thought they could have got away with it and made the damn town think it was this meth, this operation that did it. But it was a sloppy job, and now they're trying to get out of it. And where they haven't, and where this guy, Steve, thinks this guy, the guy I've been showing, he killed him. He matches everything. And why they haven't pinned that DNA on him yet, I think that's why. Because it ain't his. It's someone that effed up big time, left DNA, and now they're trying to wipe the slate clean of it. But them are just thoughts, theories, ideas, and something. It could be just a serial killer. And that's the second thing, the serial killer. They can just throw the meth operation in there with the serial killer, but whatever the case may be, even if it is a serial killer, this person is well known and someone's covering something up very, oh yeah. Because when this does get cracked open and it is somebody that is well known, oh man, it's who's gonna be held accountable for? All the other people on this already stepped down and resigned. It's not our problem. We didn't know nothing about this. But for some reason, that's why I think this guy has nothing to do with it. Because if they have DNA and they haven't matched him up with it, it ain't him. I'm sorry, folks. He's got the criteria for it. Everything is labeled out right before your eyes. But that DNA is what really needs to be proven on him. And there has been no conviction yet, right? If anybody has an update, let me know. If Steve is right, did this guy get convicted, DNA tested, and stamped approved? He's the killer. Until then, I believe he is not. I'm sorry. He just got the criteria for it. He ain't got the full file, the full right file on case. So, other than that, folks, the puzzle pieces right need to be twisted correctly. Correct. That's right. And someone ain't doing it because somebody knows this is not the killer. The killer is one who lives among us. Think about it. And I think it's a whole conspiracy to drag the meth. What better way to drag in the meth? And if that family member had something to do with something and, didn't want to cooperate with the law, maybe that too could be something. Oh, you don't want to cooperate? Well, then how about this? These meth people killed your relative, huh? Sometimes it's like the Joan Roche story. The government wanted to take her house to build a park, and she ended up disappearing. Someone commented on that video the other day, and yes, they too agree with me. Something or someone from authority figure, and it wouldn't be the first time, folks, that someone wiped someone out just for their greed and just because they wouldn't help. Think about it. That's my thoughts, theories on this. Be safe, take care, always beware, because you don't know who is gonna get you. Whether it's a serial killer, whether it's the regular Joe guy down the street, or whether it's crooked government, police, politician, corruption. That's why that Steve has been threatening his life, because he's close. He's close. I agree with you, Steve. You got something there, but you got the wrong suspect, brother. They're just using him to protect the real one.